from just outside and just inside the perimeter of Atlanta, Georgia, where we played the Revolution. Still have no solutions.
Optimistic as ever, I see.
Yeah, what would you expect from the Five Takes podcast? We are back.
Back, baby!
Yeah, back like the Falcons in the win column again. It is. I know I did the we back line about the Falcons last week, but it is just so remarkably similar, these teams and their inexplicable performances. How do you get blanked 30-0 on the road one week, come back the next week at home and put up 30 plus and win? They made it a little interesting, as the Falcons do, towards the end of the game. It couldn't just
Yep.
win cleanly by 2 scores. Can't do
No,
it. But they
no, that's
won, and it's a big
not how we
win.
do things.
And 2-2 is a lot different than 1-3 coming in.
In the
coming up on a
NFL,
bye.
very different.
Huge.
Yes.
But I'm just like, how can the disparity in performance 7 days removed, 7 days apart, 1 week, be that great? Penix looked good today. They moved the ball 300 yards. Rushing looked good. They moved the ball 300 plus yards last week and couldn't score. Today they put up I don't get it. But Atlanta United, you know what I mean, has had similar how, and then we do this, and it's like, I don't know. It's very similar. All of the teams from Atlanta this week, this year, all of them. I don't get it. I don't get it.
The thing is that I really don't want this to be a cop-out, but welcome to Atlanta, Glenn.
Yeah,
this is textbook 404.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
And I think it's 404 because it's like great, shit, great, right? That's the pattern. Okay? That's the pattern. All right? That's how we do it. Up and down, baby. Up the hills high and falling down low. We don't do it halfway here in the ATL. We got to just punch you right in the face the second that you think it's good. And then when you think it's really bad, we're going to pick you up and dust you off and feed you some mac and cheese and make you feel better. And it's great. And I don't know what to tell you, Glenn. We're in an abusive relationship with our sports teams. All right?
God bless you if you're still listening to this pod this far in, week to week. Hi, I'm Glenn, by the way. Amy is here. It's just us two tonight, and that's it. And we're also
I know you're shocked to hear there were not more people clamoring to talk about
this game. No, there weren't. Kat is still dealing with her issues. Jennifer was busy in a DeLorean tonight trying to get that thing up to 88. Please go back, Jennifer, to 2019 and have Joseph hit that penalty, and also don't let him go to Nashville. That's where Biff Tannen got in the DeLorean, blitz drunk, and the timeline has skewed into this tangent. But anyhow, we're here. We're still here. We're still talking. It becomes more and more difficult each week to find things to talk about that aren't just repetitive, that aren't just rehashing. I feel like I've even used that intro, the revolution solution thing before. I think I have, and I'm just not remembering. So apologies for that too. But hey, reduce, reuse, recycle, right? We are a green podcast.
Sustainability. That is what we've been calling for, Glenn.
God, we don't have it. We're not sustainability. We're not sustainable at all. But
are we composting? Are we at least composting?
We
Glenn?
Smell like a compost
like we are collecting a lot of fertilizer.
We smell like a compost heap. We smell like rotting food. It's bad, y'all.
No, but
it's bad. Like, here's the thing. Let's, if we can, because we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this pod tonight. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, there's just. It's a lot of the same stuff, we can't pretend to come on here and just create content and say, oh, well, look at these new angles. There's really well and truly not. I'm not gonna pretend that there is, but there is something I thought that really stood out to me amongst everything, amongst the play, the quotes, anything. It was a couple quotes from our illustrious manager, Ronnie Dyla.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'd like from his post game.
I didn't get a chance to listen to the presser, so I'm gonna.
Right.
I'm
And
gonna
credit to
listen.
Ronnie. I know you've been defending, sort of, not, I don't want to say defending, but like justifying like the reasons for why he hasn't gone. You're not over here
Yeah.
cheerleading for him. You recognize the issues and the failures just like everybody else, but you've been more of taking the position of why it doesn't maybe make sense to sack him now or
Hmm.
ever. But anyhow, some
Yeah.
quotes from him, and this is what I think might put the should he stay, should he go, uh, debate, which for me isn't a
Hmm.
debate, to bed. So here we go. What I see today and what I saw last week is nobody playing at the level they normally do. But I can tell you the boys want to improve and want to get better. I think for the first 30 to 35 minutes, we are good, organized, and then we have a fog in our heads.
Uh,
Thoughts?
I mean,
Does
look.
that accurately describe this match?
So here's the thing that really kills me about
But I
this. All
mean, just
right,
in general,
like
does that kind of fit this match, or
I
what
don't
do you
know that
think?
I don't know that I actually agree with that based on what I saw, and maybe the lack of sleep has left me, delusional. But
But like the
since
first 30,
I have been
35
tasked
minutes?
with playing the counter, I'm
Yeah.
going to attempt to counter here. Okay,
Okay.
so here's my counter.
Yeah.
We blank out 3 minutes of that game, and I'm not saying that hasn't happened all season.
Yeah.
We are actually saying, hey, last game, the guys were out there playing and still fighting. We're on another upward trajectory. I felt really good, and I think everybody did, about the first 45 minutes. Even the first, honestly, I
Well,
felt
that's
good
what he was
about
saying
things
here. 30,
until
35 minutes.
right.
Soft.
So it's really what's frustrating to me about this is that I don't think that Dyla needs to come out and make those comments on this match. Okay, matches in the past when we've had those comments, coaching philosophy, whatever aside, I didn't find those comments to be unjustifiable. Right here, I'm really bothered by this
Oh,
because there is just no, in at least for me, right, as I've ridden this like coaching,
yeah.
roller coaster all season to date, I think one of the reasons why I have been on the I can ride this out roller coaster is that I could see the method in the madness, whether it was working or not. I could
Hmm.
understand where we were trying to go.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you are sitting at 13th in the East, you have just dog nothing, okay, to do the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You've got half the guys that have to know that they're on their way out, and you are truly down to we're just gonna see who's gonna get out there and play for each other and play for the crest,
Mm-hmm.
okay? I don't think that I saw anything today that made me feel like a fan, like these guys don't care. They don't give a shit,
No,
that they didn't show up, etc. Actually, I would say but for one guy. But we'll reserve that. We have a couple of takes in that regard. But what really bothered me about this is that honestly, I think I made this joke, but I'm not sure it's a joke anymore. To me, this was Dyla's cry for help. You don't do that as a manager unless you're just like, man, please fire me. Like, give me a package. Can I go? Like, can I just,
that's
because I
interesting
don't
as
know how
well.
you walk back in that locker room with those guys having said what you just said, where you are at right now.
That's
And maybe I'm
interesting.
wrong. I want to be wrong. But
That's
up
interesting as
until
well.
now, I could get on that bandwagon. But that really bothered me.
That's interesting as well. This is not the direction I thought the conversation would go. So,
I I'm
full
glad that I continue to surprise you,
you
though.
do.
That makes me feel good.
And this will take another interesting turn. Full disclosure, those comments of his, those aren't from this game. That's from a game in June.
Well, but didn't he
And they
say like they're
fit.
soft and all the stuff and
Yes, but
everything
those comments
this
are
game
from a
too?
game in June. And they
Yeah,
fit.
no, I've heard it from him before.
Actually, but in
I
actuality,
thought it fit better before we
sure.
made our moves in the
But in
summer transfer window.
actuality,
100%.
those comments are not from a game in June. Those comments are from the loss to Orlando in April.
April.
Yep.
Oh my God, has he really been trotting this out? Like it's all bled
This
together, Glenn,
is
to the point
my
where I quite literally, you're right.
yeah,
I feel had. Ooh,
this is my point. What he has said after every game
love it.
has been accurate and the same. We have had some issues and some problems that have been trying to be solved since the start of the season, pretty much. And they remain exactly the same. And he is saying exactly the same thing, so much so that I very much doubt you're the only person that didn't recognize those comments as not being from this match. And I wasn't trying to trick you or trap you. I'm trying to illustrate a point.
Yeah.
It's the
No,
same
very well done.
it's the same shit. But I was interested that like you actually didn't think that those comments matched the play, and good for you for seeing that. Like I don't think it did. He did say some similar things, some soft that thematic that he's been throwing out.
I believe that he
Um,
said the same things, but
but
no,
yeah,
I did not believe that that matched this
yeah, and
game.
I don't either.
And
So
to
I
the
probably
extent
didn't.
that he
Yeah,
said that, it
yeah,
doesn't work for
right,
me.
right, and good that you didn't that you caught that. But also, if you're thinking this is his cry for help, he was crying in April and still is.
I
And
think it's
still
based on the
is.
timing, right? Like you can say the same thing and have it mean 100 different things
Fair
depending on all
enough,
the rest
but
of the
like
context of what's going on.
we've had players come and go. This roster is very different than it was at the start of the season, and the same problems are here. And you have to demonstrate some ability to make some sort of progress in anything minuscule to show us, and that just hasn't happened at any level. So you're
And
not alone, by the
simply,
way, in thinking that it would be unwise to move him on now or after the season is over. You're not alone in that. There are other people out
no,
there. This is not just you. One of them being I'm not sure if he's commented before, but I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody still commenting like earnestly, like
yeah,
genuine.
thank you.
Yeah,
We
it's great.
appreciate it.
It's very much so. Because I know it's not easy to stay engaged and be thoughtful about this stuff without just just throwing out the same old shit we always do. But Atlanta United fan '07, Justin Stone, very convinced, very convinced, so much so that we have a friendly bet now that there is no way we get rid of Dyla. um, and curiously, something I went back and forth with him on X was he doesn't see why a player like Latelat can't just be transferred or has he thinks that we are too reliant, by we a lot of fans are too reliant on the idea of a buyout, that these players have value, uh, maybe a little bit, but I don't know who's going to pay those wages. We owe him what we owe him, so if we
He's
were going to,
making something like
yeah,
$4 million in
it's
salary,
not
and
that
he's bare. That's
easy.
like that's guys.
Yeah,
Look, he scored 7 goals, so it's like a half a mil a goal.
you still have to get him off the books. You're
It's
still going
not
to
a
have to
good.
buy him out, even if you
Yeah,
find a team. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
you could put him on
I
waivers.
get it.
You could put him on waivers and see if anybody in the league wants him. Um, I don't know what.
And the reality is that we may just be stuck seeing what happens and having to find
Maybe,
out the hard way
maybe
whether it is or is not going to work out. But based on
that's what.
this performance,
Yeah,
he's honestly the one guy
yeah,
that I struggle to defend
I know. Um,
off of this game.
Homer on X is concerned about Uncle Arthur's ability to even stomach a big buyout for what we paid for him. I want to make something really clear. He's fine. Uncle Arthur's fine. He just sold his $220 million yacht to buy a bigger one. He's good. This team is still profitable year over year.
Hmm.
$10 million was the profitability for last year. And we've increased profitability year over year 1 to 3% each year with this team. And He's
Truthfully,
The
we're so
Falcons are still
desperate to
profitable.
have the
He just paid
yeah,
he
but
paid $150 million for a backup quarterback on the Falcons. We're good buying out
ugh,
Latte Lot if we have to. Like the it's hard to put
it's
into
a drop in the
words.
bucket compared to a
It's
lot of
hard to
other
put into
things.
words the wealth that someone like an Arthur Blank has. It's really hard to like contextualize that and fathom the kind of money that he has, where tens of millions is nothing. He has so many business ventures, so many investments. This is well and truly nothing. Now, people are right. He became a
Truthfully,
six.
we're so desperate to replace our number 9. We're so desperate
Right.
to just know that we have a new number 9 that we probably paid most of his salary in the jersey sales of I'm really sorry to anybody.
Yeah, like
I wanted to believe it too. Let me see your latte lot jersey and raise you one Yorkos Yakimakis. Okay. So at least it has it
painful
for
jerseys.
a
It's
god
why I never get a player and I never get a number on my kids ever.
won't
I just don't.
won't again. Miggy's
Badge
my last one.
badge over everything, crest over everyone. But if we have to buy him out, like it's fine. We can do that. Now it's true that Uncle Arthur became a successful businessman by not just willy nilly spending cash, and billionaires are famously frugal. Um, and he's not known to be reckless with his money, but
Mhm.
we're fine if we have to do that. Um, we're fine. You spent $165 million on a backup QB that hangs out at Cookout. You're good with this one. It'll be fine. It really will be. So
Bless her tights.
that is the option that is there. If we need to. So I'm not worried about the mechanics of that. We can't do it until January because we don't have
Yeah.
buyouts right now and they have to reset. But I could absolutely see us doing that and then saving a buyout for the summer. For if we need to move something else on, I don't think we should burn them both straight away. I really don't. I think Alexi has earned a stay of execution, if you will. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
what we really need right now is somebody put the ball in the net, and we don't
Listen,
have that. We
Miguel
create some
Almiron and
chances.
Alexei Miranchuk are doing their best to say that
Hey,
two left
that's
foots make a right. Okay? They're doing their absolute
oh no, Miggy,
best
bless your
to make
heart.
one right
This
foot.
is number one. Like his play, I thought was really good, really good
Yeah.
yesterday. Really good. Maybe the best we've seen of him in 45 minutes. Like passing, immaculate, one touch flick ons, like creative, facilitating play. But my
That's what
God,
I'm saying.
he
We
needs
were
a right
thrilled.
foot.
We were
He
thrilled
needs a right
about this
foot,
first half.
though. He needs a
He
right
needs a
foot.
right
Boy, does he. But he
foot. I
was
wonder if he
good.
like lost it.
He was
I
good.
just don't understand.
He was good until he wasn't in the second 45, where he stayed mostly wide. I'm jumping to number five, but we seem to really suffer when he just stayed out there. And I'm sorry, if, because we don't know, but if that's under the direction of Ronnie, he needs to be sacked yesterday. Like, it's just,
Look, I will admit that that was the best that I've seen. I will happily eat my words. Anything I ever said about Miguel not playing a 10, put him there if that's what it takes. Okay. I loved that he and Alexi were on the same page. I loved the one touch, the flick ons,
yeah.
the play. Um, it was, and it wasn't just them, it was like infectious through the whole team. And this is where I come back around to look, yes, we can talk all you want about the negatives, which I think is the coach at this point. I'm really bothered by the comments and
Well, those
our
comments
number
were from an older
9
game.
that seems to be more like a 4.5. Um, but I would love to try to have the takeaway from this game be that it seems like at least the players are now playing more for each other and playing a bit
Okay.
more together
Okay.
when they're at their best. And that is what it's going to take, whether you have the same coach or a different coach. You cannot have the toxicity in the locker room
Yeah.
going into the next season.
Agreed.
So if 2026 preseason extended edition is being headlined right now by the renaissance of Miggy and the big smile and the connecting play and getting some guys to start playing together, I'm good with that.
Okay.
That is a step in the right direction that I can get behind.
Okay. I think unity is really
There's
important.
my
I think positive vibes, and at best, Dyla is divisive. There'll be a split in the locker room at best. At best case, worst case is everybody hates him. Well, actually, maybe that's best case because then we have unity. I just don't think you can bring that. I would love to find some justification for keeping him. Like I said, I think I like his style, his candor, his demeanor, his approach to the game, the way he speaks with the media, and for all intents and purposes, it probably should work for most teams in most situations, and players probably would. I feel like if I'm a player, I'm kind of buying into that approach, that mentality,
Where
and
do you
it's
think he's
not happening
mush?
here. It's just not
I,
happening.
okay, so I have the weirdest thought, but
Okay, hit me. What do you got?
tell me if I'm totally off
No,
base
come
here.
on.
But
Yeah.
so if you take the best traits of Gonzalo Pineda and the
Okay.
best traits of Dyla and mush them
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
that's basically what we need, right? Because
We need a
Pineda was more of the rah-rah guy, but there
we need a
wasn't
Penila.
Panila,
We need a
yes.
Penila.
And I
Yeah.
just hope that that
Yeah.
doesn't translate to Martino. I don't need another club legend destroyed by us trying to catch lightning in a bottle again, please. Um, so I'm just putting out there to the universe
Yeah, I
that
know. I know.
if they're dialing that bat signal, please don't do that to us because I can't.
It
I
would be a
don't know that
big
I want Dyla, but
I
yeah.
don't, but it would be a very big risk for a legend to come back and look what's happened with Mickey. I think he will always be beloved here for sure,
Hmm.
but it is getting a little bit tainted. And the same thing could happen with Tata, and he left on the highest of highs. And I don't know if he wants to risk that. And I don't know if he can really get that. That was unique what we had. It was special.
Yeah,
It was inaugural
yeah.
team, and there's a bond that happens with that
Lightning in a bottle.
that
It's
can't
this.
when
Yeah.
you're part of a brand new team, that cannot be
Hmm.
recreated. Everybody's new. Everybody's rowing in the
But we
same
do know
direction,
that
and it's
Tata loves a project, and we are. If we
oh,
are not
we
a
got a project.
project, I don't know what is
I got
right
it.
now.
It
Um,
could happen. Um, I don't know.
Look,
I don't know.
I
But
will say this. I think that the timing, it was smart of the club to release the recent media with Miguel talking about what the city means to him and some of the things that
his
he's doing around the community.
yes,
There's been a lot of conversation where we felt a bit disconnected, I think, as fans from
from
the
players in
team.
general,
And there
from
have
the
been
team.
comments, right, about
But
the
Mickey's
players being
love
in
for
the
this city
community.
has never been in
It's
question.
never been in
But
question,
it's nice to see
but
it in
but
a tangible way.
as much as I never questioned Miggy's love for the city, when Miggy was here the first time, if you're really honest with yourself, okay, I say this as a person that was a very intrepid fan in trying to get autographs and other things in the first couple years of this club, okay? If there was a guy that it was hard to get pinned down to actually
Okay.
be with the fans, ironically enough, notwithstanding his love for the club, it was Miguel Almiron because he didn't speak the language very well. He's
Okay.
very shy.
So
He's
you're
a more
seeing
reserved
a
personality.
that side of him now, and you're happy with that.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I've been what I was a little disappointed with, if I'm going to be honest, but I didn't want to necessarily go there with everything else I've had to say about a guy that I love as much as Miguel Almiron this season, is that I was low key like a little bit disappointed when he came back that he didn't seem to really like dig in or grab in quite the way that I guess I just kind of expected
Not in the
him
way
to.
you're seeing now. You wish you had seen that
Not in the
earlier.
way that I'm seeing now.
Okay.
And I think that some of that in his defense is his deference to Brad Guzan. Okay? Because if you're going to be deferential to the guy that is the captain, and he wasn't Miggy's captain. Like, we forget that, right?
No, it's Parky.
Like, it was Parky.
Yeah,
And, you know, so Miggy is trying to be deferential to Goose, who he does have this relationship with. And I still think that at his core, until maybe recently, that's not really ever been like Miguel Almiron's role on the team. There's a difference between I love and I'm fun and I'm optimistic and I'm smiling and I'm working hard and all of that, and the guy that is going to, I'm sorry, my Bartometer, beat the troops, right?
right,
And really get in there and get them going.
right.
And in the last couple of games, I'm starting to see a little bit of that out of
It's
Miggy.
nice.
And I am happy
Yeah, it's nice.
to
It's
see
nice.
that.
Yeah,
And I think the timing to then release his sort of love letter to the community, right? I think is good. And I'd
yes.
like to see that momentum ridden, which is why I think what Dyla said has really just stuck in my craw, so to speak, in such a
Well,
foul way, because I want
but in Dyla's defense,
to
those
move
comments
past
weren't
that.
from this game. That was a
Okay.
trap. That
Didn't
was
he call us
he
soft? I
did.
listened
He
to two and
did
a
a
half
lot of
minutes of
the
a press conference. It felt like
thematically
he said
very
some
yes,
things.
thematically very similar. I'm just saying that specific quote was from back
Okay.
in
Okay.
April, but
Fair.
it still applies,
Yeah.
and the themes are repeated.
Okay. I'll get off it
The
then.
cynic in me is looking at Miguel and creating that video, and that basically assures he can't be bought out. Can't buy out a guy who's visiting cancer wards. Can't do it. Very, very clever, Miguel. Well done to secure that contract and make sure you're going nowhere. Just a quick visit to the cancer ward,
Look, the
and
team
well,
is in that boat exactly the same, okay? And it's not like any of us didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah,
I think we've basically spent the whole season talking about the fact that if we were going to build the team around Miguel Almiron, it would have been nice for us to start there instead of
right.
finishing there and having to do it again, okay? Right? I mean, that's basically what we've witnessed.
I think we saw a
This
little stubbornness from Ronnie at the start too. That
Mhm.
was tough, but any in his defense, any coach needs time to figure out
Mhm.
what he's got. Um, one thing we know we don't have is a striker. Like we listen, Jamal works his socks off, and he's more of a threat. We will
Mhm.
never see Latte Lot try to win a ball out of the air midfield, hold up the play, wait for reinforcements. TRA would be insane not to renew him. He's more of a threat at 1/20th of the price. Yes, it's true. I did the math. Latte Lot makes 20 times more than Jamal TRA. Be insane not to
I
keep him.
mean,
He's a guy that I think he really does play for the badge. I think this means something to him. And
mhm.
he didn't score, but you have to honor his play, and he will if they didn't take him seriously. If he didn't mark, he's had his chances. You know,
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's heartbreaking. I don't like it. I don't want it, but he has to go. He has no place here, and I haven't seen anything about him to suggest that he is one vacation away from being an elite striker in this league. We don't need a mediocre striker. We don't need a 7 to 9 goal. You know, Jamal, if the season was better, can provide that. Well, we need our guy closer to 20 plus to win in this league. And I haven't seen anything about him. Even if he
Mhm.
finishes the clear chances that he's had, he's still not at the level that we need, that monster killer Joseph
No.
esque, for lack of a better way to put
Mhm.
it,
Yeah.
mentality. It's just, it doesn't seem to be, he doesn't have that dog in him. It doesn't seem like.
No.
And we have to
100%.
move on from that.
Resign Resign TRA if he wants to be here. I'm happy to have him. He is a guy that is also at a place in his career where he is perfectly happy being number 2 or working his ass off if you need him at a number 1, right?
Yeah.
And I think that that attitude and work ethic and willingness, like, that needs to be rewarded. I share your bewilderment at the
Bewilderment.
little degree that to the degree that we have used Togashi so little, given how little
I
we
don't
are
get it.
getting
I don't get it.
out of Latte Lot, and I
He's another one
want
I
to
want to
feel
renew.
differently too.
Bring Cayman back and use
But
him
you're
more.
right. We need a number one, and it has to
Yes,
be a guy that can give us double-digit goals. That's a minimum. That's like basic starting
baseline,
point. You need to be at 11 goals. Okay,
baseline,
period.
and then
Like,
5 to 8
and if
assists.
we want to actually compete, we need a 15 goal, right? And that's if we're getting some
Yeah,
support, you
you want to
know?
be a top four
If
team. Your top guy needs 15 plus goals. Facts. There are a few teams that stand outside that are goals by committee. We're not that team,
yeah,
and I don't expect we will be. But
not
the
based on our current personnel and
no,
anything
and
that
and
we
and
can,
goals beget
say right
goals.
now
Like you
that we
got
have.
one guy up there that's finishing those chances, you're gonna feel better about creating more of those chances, putting those balls in because you know they're likely to be finished, as opposed to we don't have anyone, so the vibes just aren't there. It's
I'm
not
just
good.
gonna note that I'm not a mathematician, but
Yeah,
if you use, just stick with me here. I know this is gonna be radical.
sure.
If you actually take shots with both feet, not
Yeah,
not just the one,
yeah.
I think that doubles our opportunities.
It's
And
certainly
I really am beginning to be like nervous tick bothered by the number of times per game that I think to myself, if if we had some more right-footed capable people, we might have 6 or 8 more shots. And that's notwithstanding my positivity, like that continues to just frustrate me
yeah. I know what you mean.
in a way that I don't understand at a professional level
I know what you mean.
can happen,
Yep.
right? Like the, literally, I know I joked about it, but for real, I just Miggy is laying off to Lexi's left and back around the left, and they do like a 1-2-Z, like I swear they're square dancing sometimes, um, to get to the left feet. Um, and I'm supportive of that in general, but at a certain point,
You need to be able to just smack it in there and not take an extra touch to
yeah.
get it on your
Can we find a
favorite foot.
different horse to beat? Is there another one in the list?
No,
Do we
that's
have
it.
something good to
That's it.
say?
Um,
Jaden was good again,
sure.
He was
Scored
good
on twice,
stuff.
but still showed an
Look,
ability to.
minus that 90 seconds or so.
Yes, listen, 70 minutes of pretty good football. And we didn't
Yeah.
break where we normally break and then capitulate, but we did give up 2 quick goals. So that is par for the course. I don't know. Maybe this is the progress the front office has been talking about. I don't think so. I don't feel like this
Look,
is
we're still
progress.
in line for some woodware, hardware.
Yep,
Is
the
it?
wooden spoon is
Yep.
still within our grasp. We could still get it. Yay.
So close.
Yeah. Add that to the trophy cabinet. We should put it front and center as a reminder that this is not where we want to be. All right. I think that
All
kind of
right.
about does it. We've talked about everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we didn't go take by take, but we've hit on all the points and the points we hit on last week and the week before that, and the times that you were just running this pod. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff, and if we keep the same people, most part at the key positions, there's no reason to think that it won't be the same stuff that we're talking about. Like dramatic changes
Yeah.
are needed, and there's going to be some egg on face. Garth is back at the club apparently, at least part time. That's good to hear. Sounds like his treatment's going all right then,
Good.
and yeah, he's got some egg on face. Dyla was the guy, was Garth's guy. I mean, Dyla was dialed in before Hendo, really well and truly.
Yeah.
Same thing with Alexi, the we're back baby guy, and those 2 key positions have not gone well at all. Alexi maybe better certainly than Ronnie, and as of late has been better, and Latte Lot has been a colossal fail.
I think we
So,
at least still have an
but
opportunity
look,
to see some kind of return on our
it's
investment when it comes to
for
Alexi.
sure.
And so that's why, like, I agree
Yes,
with you. you give him the first half of the season.
Agreed.
Like I'm good with that. Let's
Yep.
focus
That's
elsewhere.
the
Let's see if we
risk.
can get somebody who can finish a pass.
Yes.
Okay, like before we take the guy making the passes out back and shoot him. Let's see if we can find somebody who can finish them. Um,
Yeah.
but but yeah, no, the Dyla.
Look, forgiveness.
I want it to work, but even I'm crying uncle a bit. I don't know. I still don't know that I would take. I still think that I may agree with what was it, Atlanta fan '07 or
Yeah.
whoever has the bet with you.
Yeah.
Though a few more. I mean, we still have time for a couple more of those performances and a couple more pressers, so he could he could plea his way out into a buyout, Dyla.
Forgiveness is easy. I'm totally fine with forgiving Garth and Hendo. Like if you just they got to come out and just say, yeah, it didn't work out. This didn't happen, and they have to acknowledge that. And if that doesn't happen, then you know, um, I think it was Tara Ferguson. Get well, Tara. I think she's healing up. She had a nasty collision with some concrete like a week and a half ago. Um,
You should have seen the other guy, Glenn.
yeah, right.
No.
Um, she posted, and real quick, and we'll wrap it up. That on this question of who should stay, who should go,
Mhm.
if we could make all the moves we wanted to, regardless of money, cap, rules, all that, what would we do? I don't really how to answer that. I mean, if it was unlimited everything, then I'm rating the best teams in the world and I'm bringing in Zinedine Zidane, Klopp, Pep Guardiola.
As many of them
But
as I can convince to come to the
yeah,
United States,
exactly.
yes.
Well, if money was unlimited, you can convince anybody.
No,
No,
not
you can.
everybody. We've
Chelsea's done
had
it.
that proven because the Saudis have tried and
Yes, but we're not Saudi
yeah.
Arabia. If we offered a player $150 million to play here, they would do it. We're not Saudi Arabia. Not yet, anyhow.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
not yet. We'll see. Don't count us out. But in reality, of moves we could logistically make at this point, and we'll end on
Mhm,
this. For me, Dyla gone, buyout Latte Lot in January, straight away. Clock
mhm.
strikes midnight, buy him out.
Done.
As soon as the window opens. Um, Probably Alexi in the summer. I still think it's probably going to need to happen, but we'll see. You don't renew Brooks, Cohen, or Baracol. I don't love what I've seen from him so far in his decision making. It's early, very early sample size, but right now, if I had to make decisions right now, snap judgments, I'm saying no. I do want to renew Togashi, and like we both said, can't understand why he hasn't been used more. Don't get it because his minutes have been good in limited minutes. He's done well. Done well for the twos as well.
Maybe because the twos are making a push for the playoffs. I
But
mean,
we've
I'm
had
not
him
trying to
available.
downplay the twos
He's
game,
been
but
on the
like,
bench.
why?
We've
Like,
had him
it's okay.
available. It
It's
makes
just
makes no
frustrating. Yeah.
sense. TRA for sure, renew him. Brendan Riley, Ronald Hernandez, absolutely club guy. I want him here. Jaden, and I'm on the fence with Stian because of injuries and Saba. I'm on the fence with. He's proven it. He's shown an ability. It, disaster this year, but you could say that for just about everybody. At least he's had 7 assists,
Are
no
those all
goals.
the guys that are up? Like you
Yeah,
didn't talk about.
yeah.
Okay, so like because like Schleich and Amador, they're locked in for another
I
year or
think
two,
another year,
right?
I believe.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that are like we need to make decisions. Kind
Okay.
of on. I do believe I might be wrong on Saba. Um, but even a player like Saba and Stian, I think there's
Hmm.
more ability there to move on without having to resort to a buyout. I definitely think there's value there for sure with both of them. We've seen it; they've demonstrated it. One is just getting kicked a lot, and Stian got kicked up and down all day yesterday, and he's had a lot of off the ball injuries as well. That's really what's
And I
hampered him.
think it's pretty evident with the other moves we made at center back that we are 100% on the We hope it works out with Steen because that would be
Yes.
amazing, but we are not resting our laurels, right? When it comes to first choice center back,
Right.
because we have now seen firsthand for 2 seasons what it means to not have a consistent back line
Hmm.
and what that does to your team, period. Right.
Yes.
So I like that we have some depth there. I'm not as down on the new guys yet, but
It's fine.
I may just be so
Sure.
focused elsewhere
Right.
that my eye has not wandered in that direction, enough to be critical. I think I otherwise agree with everything that you've said. I don't know that you would change any of it. Like it seems in a lot of ways, this seems like it's an incredibly straightforward off season. I honestly think every guy that's on the field
Kinda.
right now
Yeah.
knows
There's not a lot
kind
of
of where
just
they're
like,
at. I think the
yeah.
only one that might still be on the fence would be one Brooks Lennon, and that's only because the team would love, and I think Brooks would love for that to work out. But I think that we have finally seen in these last several games that that's not going to. That's the only one from the list that I even see as like a maybe, but I don't really believe myself when I say it. You know what I mean?
He's gone.
Like the rest of it to me, what you've said seems obvious based on what we need, who we have coming back, and the performance that we've seen.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I guess maybe that's a good thing that it's a straightforward off season. You should know exactly what your marching orders are.
Oh, we'll
There are no
start
mysteries here.
October 20th. You're going
So,
to start hearing about things. Last game's the 18th. You're going to hear
yeah,
that's a Saturday. You're going to start hearing about moves and thank you graphics Monday, I expect.
we should.
And
Absolutely.
and honestly, that's the right thing to do for whoever it is that's being moved
Mhm.
on. You give them the opportunity to start planning for their future as well. I don't want bad
Yeah.
things for any of these players or
No.
coaches. Like it's not personal. It's just not working, and
And
change.
look, we
Let it
have
change.
look and it's a two-way street, right? If there's one thing that we have seen in our short history as a club, number 1, we can have guys that do not, for some reason, work out here who absolutely leave here and go on
We've
and
seen it.
do great things at other
We have seen
places.
it many
We
times.
also know firsthand and have picked several diamonds out of a lot of crap teams. I'm looking at you, Shitty City. Um, that for whatever reason didn't work at their team and thrived here. So I don't wish anybody, ill will on their way out.
Right.
I want them to feel good even if it didn't work out.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, because I want the best guys that we can get to want to come here. And right now, we're going from a place that I think just about anybody in MLS that isn't Lionel Messi, you could see them coming here to really feeling like the shine has gotten knocked
Yeah,
off of our shiny
I
club
think
the last couple of
some of
seasons.
that shine being knocked off is also due to just clubs like Miami and like LAFC that
Well,
have been successful and have the lifestyle. Like we cannot be
sure.
Miami.
Look,
We
I
cannot
I
be
get that
LA.
we
Son was never coming
right.
here. I don't care what we offer him.
No, no, no. You know what I'm saying. I'm being a bit hyperbolic and saying anyone, but we
No, I'm
we
just
weren't
being clear that
RSL. We're
yeah.
not,
No, we're not,
no
but we're
offense,
also not
but
Miami. Even if we had all the success, even if we were perennial winners or at least competing in top 4 year over year, we still can't offer players and never will be able to offer them a Miami or LA lifestyle. And top players like a Son, like a Busquets, is a big consideration for them and
of
their
course.
families. But that doesn't mean we can't still attract top talent. But when we have the run that we've had, that has a bigger impact than it would at LA or Miami because they're still LA and Miami, and we are not. We don't have those amenities. We are more
Sure.
reliant on just world class facilities and success. And we've only had one of those things in the past 5 years. So it is what it is. We have to get that back, or we are going to start running the risk of, and do I really want to go to the as uh, um, uh, one former player put it, the gulag. Um, Jean de Silva uh, mentioned that on Instagram a
Jeez.
few.
Oof.
Well, I mean, not like he's been hugely
No.
successful. He's moved on twice, so I don't
Yeah.
know. This thing's hard to figure out. It's been hard to figure out the whole season, like who's to blame, who's not, what's the vibe, what isn't, why isn't it working, why is it working sometimes. It's been nothing but questions, very few answers, and that's really frustrating because we as humans just want to know. We don't do good with the unknown in anything, sports or anything more serious. But one thing we do know is where you should go for your chiropractic care. That thing we know for sure. There are no questions. There is no ambiguity about it. You should go to
No.
Mason Mill. You should also call them
100%.
at 404-321-0082 or find them on the web at masonmillchiro.com. Best chiropractor in town, probably in state, possibly the country, maybe the world, maybe the universe as we know it. I don't think you're going to find anyone
Certainly
better.
seemingly the hippest chiropractor.
For sure. For sure. And
Like,
a provider that actually really cares, like really sincerely cares about you, the community they're a part of. They see themselves as a part of it. And they take that responsibility really seriously with their patients. And yeah, I just don't think you'll have another experience like that anywhere else. I haven't yet. And I've tried many different chiropractors prior to going to what was then Sherwood, is now Mason Mill. So go check them out. Promise you, be the best decision you ever make. Pick up some stickers while you're there. Tell them we sent you. It helps a lot. Helps them. Helps us. Go do a good thing for yourself, and in turn, go doing a good thing for us in the pod. We appreciate it.
love it.
Alrighty. I think that about covers everything. We've done it yet again. 3 matches left. And then we'll have a whole off season to talk about, which we're going to bring back the 5-a-side because we're going to be done the 18th. No more matches after that. We'll have some things to talk about, like when there's a major news drops, multiple players gone, multiple players coming in or something. We'll definitely hop on and do something for that. But we'll be back uh, probably with a little holiday special, I imagine. We'll probably do another Where Have All the Five Stripes Gone, catching up with where all the former players are at and what they're doing. Those are always fun. And we'll throw in scatter in some other things, so we won't be completely dark and silent once the season is over, because it's going to be the longest off season we've had in a while. This is the earliest we've ever been knocked out of the playoffs, and we're done on the 18th. We don't start back until mid-January. That's a long time, and I just hope the club utilizes that time well, because
Mm-hmm.
as much as we were saying this year was critical, and it was, next year's make or break, man, for a lot of people, myself included. You have to show an ability to write this thing, because we've been bad longer than we've been good by many years now. And that is what this club is being known as now, not what we were and what we aspired to be. Big club. We're not that. Haven't been. And we must get back to that. And if it doesn't happen next year, I don't know. I just don't know.
We absolutely have to make the playoffs next year. It's an absolute must, and yeah, there's just that's the end of it.
Yep.
But you know what? I'm not worried about it, Glenn.
Why not?
We we are going to be back. Okay, we're going to be back.
Yeah, no problem. We're going to be back next week. We're going to take on, God help us, LAFC. That's who we have next week, is it not? I believe.
Uh, y- yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna lie to you, Glenn.
Incoming Sun
We're in
hat
we're
trick.
in we're in for it for the next few weeks. Um,
Maybe we get a home win
we might
against
get a chance
DC.
against DC.
Like,
We may be playing for the wooden
listen,
spoon or not on that
just
day.
send Goose out with a win. I don't want him subbed
Yeah,
in. I want him to start.
I agree.
You do it for Goose, man. We haven't been able to rally
Seriously.
around anything this year or anyone. You know, we
No.
tried the do it for Garth. Nope, didn't happen. Do it for Goose, guys. Do this for Goose. This man has been a stalwart of this club. Build the statue just as much as we wanted it built for Joseph. Goose deserves
Mhm.
that. And I sincerely hope he
100.
stays connected with this club in an even deeper way than Parky and Garza have. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd
Yeah.
love to have him serve me ice cream at a tailgate. Wonderful. Please come out. But I really hope he takes up a mentorship coaching academy type role and then go off and do some commentary as well, because I think he's very good at it, and I think he will be good at it if that's something he wants to do. MLS 360 would be lucky to have him, and it'd be fun to have him
Mhm.
and
Little
Dax,
reunion
him
with
and Dax on the
Dax.
show. That'd be
Yeah.
great, man. I'd love it. I'd love it. All right.
Having had the privilege of getting to play a round of fouling, which has to be one of the weirdest I'm not sure, games I've ever played. Um, where we were on teams where Brad Guzan was over one and Dax was the other. The two of them do need to be on TV sparring. It was very
It's
amusing,
good
highly
banter.
entertaining, such good
It's
energy,
good
and
banter, right? Like
just
they're fun together.
excellent.
They're fun
Yeah.
together, and that's entertainment value, and that's why you watch these shows. Sure, for the insight and the analysis and all that, but you're primarily watching 360 for the hey, we gotta go, we got a goal. Kev Egan, like you're watching to be
Yes.
entertained. So I think that would be tremendous.
100%.
All right,
All
y'all.
right.
Thank you very much for listening, for watching, and for supporting us in Mason Mill,
Yeah.
Fan TV, all of
Mhm.
it. Most importantly, yourselves, your families, your pets, each other, all of it, and for our friend Cornelius, Footy Mob, who's healing up, out of the hospital, home, resting, and hopefully he gets on both his feet. He's now down to 1 foot. Oh no, another one-footed. Oh Lord, it's actually his left leg, I believe, that is banged up. That he incurred that injury while in the line of duty, serving the city and his community, and that's a shame that happened. But it seems like he's doing well. He's on the mend. And shout out to the club for sending
That's
him
great
a
to hear.
really nice care package to the hospital. That if you haven't seen, it's been on a lot of the socials. Angel and a few others from the club, Alfeo from Footy Mob, came and delivered him a really nice care package that the club put together, some signed jerseys and other memorabilia.
Yeah.
Um, the club is still here. The
That's good to
community
see.
is still here. Like we're just missing the winning component, and then a sense of feeling that pride about our team, and then that will beget players wanting to do more of what Miggy did and show that and bring back La Banda, and like it's hard to have those feelings and those vibes and cookouts and when it's so
But
bad. It's just hard. You can't manufacture it. You
but
can't
Glenn, but
manufacture.
Glenn, let me leave you with
Okay,
this
go ahead,
optimistic thing, okay?
please.
The closer we get to the end of this season, the closer we get to the optimism of the next, and just starting that
Man,
clean slate
don't come in
and
with this
moving
this
forward.
it's the hope that kills you. Oh my gosh. All right.
Welcome to
What
Atlanta,
yeah,
baby.
what else do we have? What else do we have but to cling on to next year? Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for listening. We really do appreciate it. And we will be back in a week's time to talk about a hat trick from Sun.
Meow 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 meow. I started one song and then I changed my mind. This is why Jennifer needs to do the meows.
Also, you
I
cut me
don't
off
even know what
before
I'm
I even
singing
got to the
anymore.
goodbye. Jeez. We're a mess, just like our team.